The DART board met to discuss the recent efforts from some cities to leave the transit system. Plano, Irving, Addison, Farmers Branch, the Park cities are all letting residents decide in the May elections whether to stay or go. Well, today DART leaders met to discuss possible changes it could make to avoid those cities leaving. Fox 4's Amelia Jones has been at the meeting all evening and joining us now. Amelia.
Heather, DART board members spent hours debating the governance structure and funding structure in hopes to appease to those cities threatening to leave the partnership with the transit service. The majority of board members today were in support of the changes.
Time is really of the essence among us.
Tuesday, DART board members were presented with changes to how it's run in hopes of keeping partnerships with its 13 member cities. 6 of them have scheduled May elections to let voters decide whether or not to withdraw from DART. But some, like Farmers Branch, Irving, Plano, and Addison, said they could cancel the elections if DART makes changes to how it serves and charges those cities for its services. In discussion, several DART board members emphasized the need for a solution that works for the entire region instead of creating new plans for individual cities.
I felt it would be best that for both governance and for funding that we approach both problems with a regional solution.
The proposal includes a governance structure that would ensure no single city has a majority vote and each city has a seat on the board. Dallas city leaders plan to meet Wednesday to symbolically give up its majority seat on the DART board. Any real change to the board structure would have to be approved by the legislature. There are also some small changes to how it levies sales tax from member cities and how some of the money DART makes would go back to city projects, including raising its contribution to the general mobility program over 6 years. The majority of board members were in support, including the director from Plano.
I personally think DART needs to go farther. That's my personal viewpoint, but I absolutely agree that we should at least make this offer and see how the member cities respond.
But there was some pushback.
I have no doubt in my mind that, except for some possible smaller exceptions, on election day, DART will win. And so that being the case, then what's happening is we're now just handing money out to cities that threaten with this as a way to get money.
Talks have become much more focused.
On Monday, Plano city manager told city council that talks with DART were moving in the right direction. The DART board chair, Randall Bryant, confirmed this proposal was the one he discussed with Plano. Next steps in this process includes the Regional Transportation Council taking action and approving the partnership funding program that was presented today. The RTC is set to meet on Thursday. It's very likely DART will have to call a special meeting to discuss responses from the cities and ensure changes can be made in time for the deadline for cities to rescind the May election.